Okay, so what to talk about in this vlog? I guess I'm probably like the only vlogger who starts a vlog has no idea what to talk about. So I'll probably talk about types of jobs. So types of jobs, you have all different levels. I like to think of it in terms of players who do a lot of physical movement, um, managers who do less movement but more planning. So they're the ones staring at plans and results and measures. And then you have owners. Owners could be many, like shareholders, if it's a corporation, if it's a business, or it could be like one or two if it's a small business. Sole proprietorship. Sole proprietorship is just one individual running the business. Then there's probably one owner there. Then you have employees. So everyone in a company who is not an owner is an employee. With different titles, different levels of responsibility, but unless you're an owner, then you're an employee. And if you're not an employee, then you're an owner. So you're one of the two. But for corporations and limited liability companies and sole proprietorships, so they operate differently. Obviously, with the big company with shares, they have you can have many owners, and you can have different types of owners too. It could be companies who own it. It could be individuals who own it, just regular people. It could be governing bodies who own portions of a company. So it's not just an individual. It could be other entities. Entities own businesses, shares, portions of companies as well. Yeah, so depending on the level you're on and the role that you're in, the job and responsibilities there are different. The players obviously have probably a less heavy role. The role is less heavy, but it's every single role in the organization across the board and spectrum is important. Every single one. So no matter how they differ, each and every one is important and needed, because without one, it's not going to function as effectively as it would as a whole. So every individual part is important and needed. But players do a lot more moving physically, working the plan. Managers do less moving, more planning, looking at the results, measuring the results and the moving. And then owners probably are gonna, either if they're involved, some owners are passive, they stay passive, they don't participate in the organizational practices. So if that's that type of owner, then they are not involved. And then you have ones who are involved, where they like to be to participate in every part of the organization and the activity. And so for that type of person, that individual, they are involved. And so for the roles, every role taxes differently. Every role taxes you, the individual, differently. What you have to do in the role. As you perform, it's going to be it's going to tax differently. So always go for what is most important to you. For those making career choices, make sure you choose an industry that you like, that you find interesting, because if it's not really something that you enjoy, you're probably not going to like it very much. You'll be miseries in it. You'll be miseries there. So really look at the ins and outs of that role and the function, and think about carefully before you go in there, and make an appropriate decision. Process it well and make sure it's appropriate.